All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Neuro Essences. We pop up, you pop in. Tonight, we are interviewing a very special person. I kind of like this guy. I know him a little bit. This is my son, Caden Ryan. And we're going to have him talk a little bit about his use with essential oils as a tool that's helped him get through his school and his journey. So how you doing, Caden?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Caden Ryan. I'm 16 years old. I go to Lincoln Way East High School. I'm a sophomore. I'm currently not doing any sports, but my favorite sport is soccer.
Awesome.
It's a lifelong dream I have is to go pro in soccer.
Very cool.
Yes.
Awesome. That'd be great for me too, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Very good. So obviously today's interview is about essential oils.
Yes.
And we understand that you use essential oils.
Yes.
What do you use them for?
I use them for concentration, focus, and to just get me through my day. I can't get through my day without them.
Awesome. And what do you have a specific need for them? Like, do you have a specific diagnosis or?
Well, I have ADHD and SID.
Okay, very good.
And I use Intune and Touch Peace as those are my daily, have to use them every day to do anything.
Okay. When were you first diagnosed?
When I was 7 years old.
Okay, so have you started using oils then?
No, not then. It was a little bit after the diagnosis. We went through a tough time, a year or two, just getting through it, and then we finally found something that worked because we didn't want to do the medication. Because I'd known some friends that the medication just turned them into a completely different person. They almost reminded me of zombies. Those people were very weird to me, and I did not want to be that person.
Okay, very good. Yeah, plus there's side effects to medication, right? So it's always good to try to find another tool to use, right? So almost feels like it's kind of like a coping skill for you.
Yes.
So you said you use
Intune and Touch Peace.
Okay, and what is that? What do you do with that?
Well, I use them. I roll them on the back of my neck and I smell them to get them through my. When I smell them, I get the best response from my body. Oh. So I put them on the back of my neck because it's the easiest place to get to my nose and I can smell them. And most people can smell them off of me too.
Very good.
Yes.
So you give free aromatherapy to anybody around you,
yes.
Huh? So right, when you smell them, that goes into your olfactory system and that ignites your limbic system, right, which is right in that brain.
Yes.
So all of your mood, your memory, all those things are located in that limbic system. So it's super important that when you want to help your brain with essential oils that you smell them. So that's a great point. If you use them topically, do you have to do anything or put anything special on?
No, not with my touch oils because they are already diluted with the carrier oil. Yes.
Very good. Yeah, they are. Very good. Yes, you always want to dilute them
yes.
for the skin. It protects your skin, which is very good. So tell me, what kinds of things do you notice when you are using your oils? Like, can you give me specific things?
I pay attention to detail a lot more. It's one thing that...
Can you give me an example?
Like one time yes. The first time I ever drove, I drove without them without putting them on right away, and the first experience was not very good. No. The second time I put them on right before, made sure I got everything ready, and I was driving like I had been driving for 2 weeks.
Wow. Very
yes.
good. Anything else specific?
Well, a lot of times I will go looking for something in the house, and if I don't have them on, if I hadn't had them put them on right away, right before I go to do something, I can't find it. Like, I won't pay attention. I'll be looking for something, but I won't be looking for something, like finding something. And then if I go to put them on, like, I pay so much more attention. It's like, it was right in front of my face the whole time.
Oh boy. So concentration,
yes.
focus, those kinds of things.
Yes, especially while taking tests at school and stuff like that. I find very, very good results when I'm using them right before.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So how long do they usually last you when you put them on?
4 hours.
4 hours, really?
Yes.
So you just have to reapply it?
Yes, reapply.
Okay, great. Is there anything else that you did that helped you with your diagnosis other than oils? Was there any other changes that you made that were positive?
The way I ate.
Really?
Yes.
And you noticed a difference?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you notice
Eating
the
better.
difference? Yeah.
I noticed a difference in everything. I noticed a difference in how my day goes, how I feel throughout the day. especially my energy levels, especially with sports. I feel a lot better when I'm eating better. And I actually feel like my relationships with people are better when I'm doing everything on a good, when my body's running like a machine. So I feel a lot better. I feel like my relationships with people are very good because I'm paying attention to everything and people are paying attention to me, and I realize that there is a big difference.
That's awesome. So
Yes.
you can really notice the
Yes,
difference.
I
Can
notice
other
it.
people notice the difference?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
Does anybody
especially the people that spend the most time with me. Some really good friends, my family, my very close family that are talking to me, they can definitely tell, like, immediately when I have put them on or if I don't have them on, because people will say, like, oh, are you wearing them? You know, do you need to go put some on? If, you know. But yes,
Really?
people do
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah. And friends too?
Yes, a couple of friends, close friends that know that I've told my story to. Other people that don't really know, maybe people that I just haven't gotten there with that trust level yet, because it's quite a story to tell.
Sure, absolutely.
Yes, but
Absolutely.
people that I trust and that know about it, yes, they understand and they can definitely tell.
That's great. That's really great. Because so you can really stay away from medicine.
Yes.
Right? Do you know anybody that's on Adderall or Ritalin
I do.
now? You do.
I
And
do.
can you tell me, you don't have to tell me who they are, but can you tell me a little bit about what you notice about them?
Well, when they are on it, when they're using it, especially at school, because that's, you know, they're forced to take it. They're zombies. That's what this and they zone out a lot, especially in school, so that they won't catch things. But when a specific time when I slept over at somebody's house that normally supposed to take him in the morning, his parents were not home in the morning and they were left out and he threw them. He said he's not taking those. So those people, they don't like to take it either.
So it sounds to me like you're pretty grateful that you
I
have.
am. I'm very grateful.
That's awesome. Very good. Is there anything else that you want to tell us about as far as, you know, kind of going on this different path? Is there anything else that you notice? You know, we talked about relationships a little bit.
Right.
And schoolwork. So you said that you can concentrate better on
Right.
tests, that kind of thing.
Yes, relationships, schoolwork, sports performance. One of my biggest things, I have way better game, especially with my game that I play. You need to pay attention to everything. And if you don't, you miss one thing. You're one step behind everybody when normally I need to be 10 steps ahead of everybody. And if I don't have those oils, I'm not 10 steps ahead of everybody. And that's my downfall. And that's when I would have a bad game.
So
I've had coaches, a few coaches that I've gotten close with have seen me put them on and know, and they can tell too.
Wow.
Yes.
So people are aware. I mean,
Yes.
you can see. And how long does it take you to get that effect?
I need 2 minutes.
Wow.
Very quick.
It's quick too.
It is
huh?
very quick.
That's great. So
Yes.
it's like a tool for you, if
Right.
you will, right?
And it works immediately. Couldn't ask for it to work faster.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
Do you ever notice any side effects from it?
No, not one.
Nothing?
No.
That's great. Wow.
Yes.
It sounds like a great tool to be able to use.
Right.
And also now that you're old enough to recognize what some of these other medications, you know, kind of their side effects.
Yes.
You call it zombified or zombieing, you know, you probably have heard that a little bit. But
Yes.
so it's almost like being two people, right? You know, you
Yes.
go to school and you're one way, and then as that drug wears off, and
Right.
then you
It allows you to be yourself.
yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. So I guess really one of the things that we do, that Dr. Jennifer and I do, and you know this, is we like to help people build their toolboxes for their brain, right? So whatever that brain health may be, you know, that can be cognitive function, that can be things like you're dealing with, it can be dementia, it can be all different kinds of things. But one of the really great things is exactly what you're explaining to us, is that it is so nice to have something that you don't have to worry about side effects.
Yes.
Right? So, you know, aromatherapy or essential oils is so neat to be able to use. Do you ever diffuse?
Yes. All
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the oils I put on. I use a bunch of other stuff. There are several other things that help me to do different things. Like if I need to sleep, I do a different kind of concoction in my diffuser. And it all just depends on what I need at that moment. But there are several options that I could use. Yes.
That's great. Sounds like you've become well versed
Yes.
in the oils. That's
Yes.
awesome too.
Been a big part of my life.
Yeah, that's great. I'm so happy that you were able to share with us tonight. And it was really, really nice of you to do that and be vulnerable and talk about that because, not everybody wants to talk about their business and
Right.
what have you. But I think you help people when you
Yeah.
share that information, that one of the things that makes me really proud of you is that you're willing to share that,
Yes.
and starting to do, why don't you tell, before we go, why don't you tell them what you started doing a little bit with one-on-ones?
Oh, yes. I started visiting kids that are having trouble, that do not want to be taking the medicine, that stopped taking the medicine, but because they're slipping in school a lot and stuff like that, and their relationships with people aren't going as well, but they will do anything not to have to take that pill. So to tell everybody to share what I use would be a big help to everybody, and that's all I want to do is help. Especially if it helped me, I wanted to help someone else.
That's awesome. And I think kids your age, they relate better with you
Yes.
than they do sometimes with adults,
Right.
right? So for you to be able to come in and say, hey, this really works for me.
Right.
I'm real. I'm 16. I'm a teenager. You're not 8 anymore.
Right.
One other thing, if you don't mind, before we go, I think I've said that to you once now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever get anybody say anything negative to you about the oils or their smell? And how do you handle that?
Some people don't like the smell. There's a select few, and they can't quite pinpoint what it is because it's new to them. So if they smell it, they're like, oh, who's wearing essential oil? Not many people know what that is.
Right.
So they kind of talk about it amongst people. And especially one time in my friend group, there was somebody new hanging around and I had him on and he didn't quite understand it. Everyone just kind of was like, oh, I don't know what it is, because wasn't quite ready to share with him yet what was going on, but my close buddies knew what it was. So,
But it doesn't deter you from using them?
No, never. I would not. I don't care what someone thinks. As long as I'm running the way I need to, I'm good.
That's fantastic.
Right.
That's great. Well, and sharing that with other kids your age, like I said, that can be really,
Right.
a great thing because it is nicer to hear sometimes from
Right.
someone your own age or your peer. Very good. Well, Caden, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it. And you have a great quarantine.
Thank you very much. You too.